So, good morning. My name is Jingjing Wu, and I'm the web librarian at Texas University Libraries. Thank you for having me here. My topic today is using OpenRefine to retrieve data. This is me in my office and my contact information. And I'm going to talk about OpenRefine and two small projects using OpenRefine. First, what is OpenRefine? It is a powerful and free tool to work with messy data. It can handle spreadsheet files like CSV, TSV, and Excel spreadsheets. It is not only free, but open source. Even OpenRefine uses a web browser as its interface. It is a desktop application. It can securely process sensitive data locally. It is cross-platform. It works on Windows, Linux, and Mac, which is convenient for people using multiple systems. It records operation history, so we can reproduce the operations across datasets. Google Refine expression language, GRIL, allows us to accomplish more complex transformations and queries, just like formulas in Excel. So both my projects use GRIL. First project, extract open access data from Unpaywall through API. Years ago, my colleague and I wanted to investigate the impact of open access campaign. We plan to track the OA status of publications by our university. So first, we use Scopus to gather bibliographic records of these publications. At that time, Scopus offered an OA tag for each publication to show whether it was OA published. However, Scopus did not provide more information beyond yes or no. Well, Unpaywall, an open database of free scholarly publications, it harvests OA content from publishers and repositories. It offers more details about OA status of publications, such as OA modes, best OA version, and best OA host. It also offers multiple channels for people to access their database. In our project, we use REST API. Unpaywall's REST API provides a free and programmatic access to its database. The data format is JSON. User can use the Digital Object Identifier DOI to retrieve metadata and OA status of a publication. Its authentication includes DOI of a publication, and that's part of the request. And also it ends up with the user's email address. So here is the steps to retrieve OA data from Unpaywall. So first, we prepare the list of DOI. Since we export the bibliographic records from Scopus in the format of CSV, so that will be our starting point. So then we start OpenRefine and create a new project. If you are new to OpenRefine, I have the how to install and start a new project in my reference slide. Okay. So this is a screenshot when I open the file, the CSV file, and I'm ready to create a project. And the most important column here is the DOI. Based on the DOI column, I use the command add column by fetching URLs. So here is I follow the API request format. So basically, I put three parts together. The first is the prefix and followed with value, which is the DOIs. And then it ends with my email address. So this is the screenshot of the process. And the new column I created is Unpaywall JSON. And the expression here we just saw, and the language by default, that's Grill. And in the preview tab, we can see the value to the column, which are the DOIs, and to the right, that's the result of this expression. It starts with the prefix and followed with the DOI and then my email address. When I click OK, we will see the screen to the right. And we are back to the OpenRefine interface. A new column is added, Unpaywall JSON. And basically the content is the JSON object retrieved from Unpaywall and using the unit identifier DOI. So we can take a look at this JSON object. So we see similar structures. They are key value pairs. I will go into details later. And for this pair, the key is DOI, and the value is the DOI of this publication. And also we can see some other information. Let's say year, that's 2016. And also we can see the publisher, that's the annual reviews. And another one is OA. The value is false. I'm going to use this as an example in the next step. So we have the JSON object export or retrieved from the Unpaywall database, but we could not use the information directly. Based on the new column we created, Unpaywall JSON, we are going to use the command add column based on this column. The expression will look like this, and the function we are going to use is pass JSON. The value is the JSON object we just export from the Unpaywall database and followed with the function, and isOA is the key we are interested in. We want to see the results of isOA. So basically, we connect the three parts: value, the function, and the key using the dot. And how can I know what information Unpaywall offers, what keys I can use? Unpaywall offers their schema of the database on their website. So there they list all the keys and the description of the keys. So this is a process we kind of just described. The new column we are going to create is called isOA. This is the expression, and the language is still real. And here is, we can preview the results. And to the left, that's the value, and that's the JSON object. To the right, that's the results of the isOA. And when we click OK, a new column is created. It looks like this. Okay. We will do the process we just did to pass all the information we're interested in. Then we will export the data into the format, let's say CSV or Excel spreadsheet. We just mentioned OpenRefine records the operation history. This is how it looks like. To the left, that's the steps we just performed. And to the right, it's the JSON file. It records all the operation history. In our case, we check the OA status regularly. So we just copy and saved this JSON file and reuse it every time. So a little bit about JSON file. It is the JavaScript object notation. It's a standard text-based format for presenting structured data based on JavaScript object syntax. A JSON object contains 0, 1, or more key value pairs. A JSON object is surrounded by curly brackets. Every key value pair is separated by a comma, and key and value is separated by a colon. So here is a simple example. We can see the curly brackets wrapped all the content, and we have three key value pairs here. The keys are name, age, and car. The values are John, 30, and now. JSON also allows nested objects. In this example, we can see we have two key value pairs. The keys are DOI and the authors. So the value of the authors is an object. This new object has two key value pairs. The keys are given and family. The values are David and Lodge. Sometimes for one key, it may have multiple objects as its value, and we can put all the values together, all the objects together, and wrap it with square brackets. So in this example, we can see this publication, it has three authors. Each author is a new object. And we can, if we want to extract the specific value of a specific object, we can use index. In JavaScript or in JSON, the index starts from 0. So if we want to extract the information of the first author, we're going to use the index 0. Here it is how it looks like. We want to get the given name of the first author. This is expression. The value, that's the JSON object, and we use the function passJSON, and the key is the authors, and this is the index 0, and we want to get its given name. Here is a brief of the process of all the steps. First we prepare the list of DOIs, and we start the OpenRefine project, and we fetch the URLs following the API request rules, and we pass JSON using the function passJSON, and we repeat the whole process until we got all the information we want, and we export results. And also we can export the operation history if we want to. So next will be the second project. It is a web scraping project. Instead of fetching and passing the JSON JSON object, this time we're going to fetch and pass HTML code of legacy pages. This is an example or screenshot of our reference file. Reference file is basically an index file of archival items. So they are static HTML pages, and you can see each item entry, it takes one paragraph. They are of the same structure. So here is the current status of this static pages. And since they are of the same structure, we want to manage them as structured data. We want to put them into a database, or we want to put them into a spreadsheet. And we start with the URL of one reference file page. And we create the OpenRefine project, and we start fetch the HTML. Based on the URL page, we are going to use the same command, add column by fetching URL. This is the process. The new column is called HTML, and the value will be the URL of that page. When we click OK, we will see the new column is created, HTML, and the HTML code of that page is fetched. So next, we're going to pass HTML code based on this column, and we use the same command, add column based on this column. This time, we're going to use the pass HTML instead of pass JSON. And instead of using the key of the key value pair in a JSON object, we use the function select. We know in HTML file, we have the header part, the footer part, and we are not interested in those contents. We're interested in the entries, the item entries, and they are all paragraphs. And this is the kind of the p tag of all those paragraphs. So we just select this tag. And we join them using the pipe symbol. We will see how it works later. And this demonstrates the process, the new column name. And this is the expression we just saw. And to the left, that's the original HTML code. And to the right, we keep only the p tags and the content wrapped by those p tags. And all those p tags are joined with the pipe. So, but still, all the contents are in one big cell. We want to split them into multiple cells. So based on this new column, we use the command split multiple valued cells. And after this step, each entry will take one row. And then we can do some data cleansing using OpenRefine. And this is the results. And to the left, that's the original static HTML page. And I use jQuery data table to display the results. And each entry takes one row, and even I split the say also part, so it will be in another column. And the jQuery data table offers the search function, so it can search through the entire table. And when we have a new item added, we can add it at the bottom and then use the sort function to reorder the entries. So this is a brief of the two projects. First, we get our URLs ready in the proper format. Then we fetch the URL using the same command, add a new column by fetching URLs. Then we pass the fetched content using the pass functions like pass JSON, pass HTML, or pass XML. Then we can specify the content we're interested in. Let's say we can just put the key of the JSON object key value pair, and also we can use the select function in the HTML file. And some other useful functions we can use is replace, inner HTML, and join. OpenRefine offers a list of all their Grail functions and how to use them. And also I have how to install and how to start a project here. That's it. And I'm here to take questions.
Hi, Jingjing. Thank you very much for walking us through all those steps systematically and showing us the different breakdown. It was super clear.
Thank you.
We're just waiting to see if any questions show up. I had a quick question for you. People always say quick question. I don't know why I did that. I apologize, but might be a long answer. But when you're going through these tools, are there bottlenecks you see where you think, oh, if only there is a better bridge between the different phases of what you're doing that could create a greater efficiency?
Excuse me, could you repeat it? I could not hear you clearly.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wonder if when can you hear me better now?
Yes.
I wonder when you're going through if you see places in the bottleneck between transitions as you're bringing data through the different processes where you wish there was greater continuity or functionality that was missing to bridge things over in the tools that you're using, in the interconnectivity between them.
Not really. Basically I just use the OpenRefine. Basically, that's a tool to kind of cleansing the messy data. So I just kind of take advantage of their tools to this tool to populate the content on the website and then do the cleansing section. Yeah, I I may not answer your question.
That's okay. It wasn't a trick question. I just wondered as you were going through the process if there was something you noticed
Oh,
functionality-wise that you would have wanted to see. That's okay.
ah, okay.
Probably means it was a bad question. That's okay. I don't see anything else coming in. I thank you for joining us again today. It was a great talk.
Okay, thank you.